A commit message said, "Fix linting errors," but the diff added a backdoor with a hard-coded token. The reviewer never looked past the message. Let's break down Git Show. Inspect commits, tags, and files in detail, how it works, and the exact mistake behind that failure. Git Show displays information about any Git object, commit, tag, tree, or blob. It shows the full diff of a commit, the contents of a tag, or a file at a specific revision. It's the tool you use when someone says, "Check this commit," and you need to verify what's really inside. To inspect a commit, run Git Show with the commit SHA. It shows the author, date, message, and the full diff. You can use stat to see a summary of changed files, or name, only to list only the file paths. Here are the most common Git Show commands. You can view a commit's full diff, get a stat summary, list file names, or even retrieve the contents of a file from any point in history. The commit and tree suffixes let you navigate between Git object types. Git Show also works on tags. For an annotated tag, it shows the tagger name, date, message, and what commit or tree it points to. If the tag is signed with GPG, it shows the signature verification status. You can also use Git Show to read the contents of a file as it existed at a specific commit. The syntax is SHA, path. This is useful for comparing configurations or recovering old versions. This is the same issue we highlighted at the start. Here's exactly why that happened. A contributor submitted a commit with the message, "Fix linting errors" in auth module. The reviewer had 20 PRs to review and fast approved it. The actual change added a new root/API/internal/access that authenticated with a hard-coded token. The diff was 15 lines, 10 lines of genuine linting fixes, and 5 lines of hidden backdoor code in the same file. The backdoor was disguised by placing it near the linting changes. A commit message said, "Fix linting errors," but the diff added a hidden API endpoint with a hard-coded token that bypassed authentication. The reviewer approved without viewing the diff because the message suggested a safe change. The fix involved immediately removing the backdoor root and rotating all authentication tokens. Then we audited all merged commits from the same contributor using Git Show S internal backdoor bypass all. We changed code review policy. Every commit message that says linting, formatting, style, or cleanup must be expanded in the diff view before approval. We also added a CI check using git diff filter equals a name-only head to list new files in every PR. Never trust a commit message at face value. In this incident, the commit message said, "Fix linting errors," but the diff added a backdoor. Always use Git Show to inspect the actual changes behind every commit message. The commit and tree suffixes work with Git 150 plus 2007. For very old Git versions, pre-150, use Git Show v100 format equals %h to get the commit hash instead. The article mentions using Git Show S in CI but doesn't provide a concrete script. Here's a robust CI check that flags commits containing patterns like TODO, FIXME, or hard-coded in the diff. For commits with large diffs, e.g., thousands of lines, Git Show without paging can flood the terminal. Use Git Show no pager SHA to disable paging or pipe to less for interactive browsing. In CI, always use no pager to avoid hanging. When debugging, start by running Git Show on the suspicious commit to see the full diff. Use stat for a quick summary. To read a file from that commit, use the colon syntax. And to search for specific patterns in the diff, use the S option. Let's run through some common interview questions. What does Git Show do? Displays details of any Git object, commit, tag, tree, or blob. How to see only changed files in a commit? Git Show name-only SHA. How to read a file from a previous commit? Git Show SHA path. And a few frequently asked questions. What is the difference between Git Show and Git Log? Git Log shows commit history. Git Show shows full details of a single object. Can Git Show display a tree? Yes, use Git Show SHA directory or tree suffix. How to see the commit an annotated tag points to? Git Show tag commit. To recap, Git Show is your magnifying glass for any Git object. Use it to verify commit contents, inspect tags, and read files from history. Never trust a commit message. Always Git Show the actual changes. Ready to go deeper? Up next, gitignore, prevents secrets and bloat from entering your repo, then introduction to Docker, then containerization versus virtualization. Find them all at thecodeforge.io. Thanks for watching. The full article and code examples are covered in detail at thecodeforge.io.